Here we are, the Mummers Museum, 2nd in Washington. This is a museum dedicated to the history of the mummers and their mummerdom. So today, what we're gonna do is we're gonna strut on through the Mummers Museum. We're gonna look at every exhibit. Not only is this a museum about the Philadelphia mummers, if you ever wanted to go to a museum in 1980, guess what? They haven't updated this place since it opened. So it kind of has an old type of charm to it. So let's get ready to get ready. The new Mummers Museum.
For those of you who don't know, every New Year's Day in Philadelphia, we have this gigantic parade called the Mummers Parade. What mummers wear these elaborate costumes and march down the street to entertain people of the city. There's about 10,000 people who participate in the parade, and it's just everyday people, roofers, plumbers, cops, anybody could be a mummer. The parade is still held on New Year's Day with 4 distinct divisions: comic, fancy, fancy brigade, and string bands. The Mummers Parade, as we know it today, has been going on for over 100 years, and the roots to the mummers date back to the 1600s. On the first floor, there's a small gift shop, and they have some elaborate costumes on display. I think most of them are from the last Mummers Parade.
133 days, 13 hours, 28 seconds till New Year's Day. Will there be a parade this year? Nothing official yet. When you come in, they have these drawings. What is 2.55 miles long, 69 feet wide, 12 feet high, and covered with feathers? That's the Philadelphia Mummers Parade. Your answer to that question wasn't the Mummers Parade, I guess you really do need to be here, but I think most people who come here know the answer. Broad and Locust. Here's some of the costumes from the past. I'm just going to say the year. This is from 2007. This is from Trilby String Band. They were in Bridesburg. I don't think they're around anymore. It was like the Beatles, 2000, and it was the Beatles. That came in first place. That's a first place costume. 1975. A little colonial look. Up here is an old Fancy Brigade cape. If you look, this is a Fancy Division Captain's cape. They used to be so long, they would have 120 kids help carry these little capes down the street, and this is one of the, I don't know how many of these are left. They take up a lot of space. And this is a Fancy Division third place. This came in third. This is a lot. Think about all the work that goes into this costume. Look at the sequins and the mirrors and each individual feather. It's a lot of work for a costume. There's a traditional mummer's wench umbrella. Frailinger String Band, 1994. 2009. Aqua String Band? What are you doing here? This is my favorite string band. What do you got? 2011. Aqua has, I tell you what, Aqua String Band has definitely upped their game. They're usually in the top 7 every year. Yeah, this is a suit from the Fancy Division. What year is this from? 1976. This is first prize. This thing won first prize. This is Welcome to the Tea Party. I guess it's an Alice in Wonderland thing. That's first prize. And this was third prize. Different divisions. That's around putting on here. Oh, Furco. They'll be here Monday night They have concerts here every Monday night in the summer for free. You come and sit in the parking lot. You can watch a concert. Furco will be here next week if you're watching this the week it was posted. Look at this. Furco, 1952. Wow. Second prize. Hand-painted. Wow. Hand-painted satin. The museum, just in case you're wondering, the museum is free. You have to, you don't have to give a donation when you come in, but it sure is nice. You give a donation, it goes to Mummers Charity. The Mummers were originally called the Shooters. It was a Swedish and German tradition from 1640. It started. Swedes and Germans on New Year's Day they would shoot their guns, and they would be called the New Year Shooters. That became illegal. Can't be shooting guns. So then they started blowing these goofy horns. 19th century custom. The Carnival of Horns created such Christmas Eve pandemonium on 2nd and A Street. The city canceled band to practice twice because the din was so unbearable. The din. The hell's the din? Now look, this is 1980s. They haven't updated this museum. The blackface wench and dude couple is a tradition, part of every Mummers parade. That is not true. It's boycotted and banned. By 1901, the blackface wench and dude is a tradition of every Mummers parade. I've marched in the last 2 Mummers Day parade, and I gotta tell you this. Before your brigade can march down Broad Street, they have people from the city that inspect every single brigade with that brigade string band. If you got a piece of black paint on your face, guess what? You're thrown out of the parade. So, being that this is the museum of that parade, I want to take that down. This tells you the different types of mummers there are. There are the string bands, the fancies, and the comics. So this is a back piece. Now, when I was marching with Hog Island, I had a back piece that weighed, I think it was about 75 pounds. And this back piece slides into that part. And then you hide that with your costume. And then you walk for, could be 6 miles. I did it for 2 miles. I would like to be at the meeting where they said, you know what we're going to do? We're gonna hang everything diagonally. So when you read it, you gotta tilt your head. So they have all these pictures that are sideways. I don't know, just goofy. Furco 2017. Good Lord, look at this beautiful costume. And then here we go. I don't know who this is. It doesn't say, but there that is. (2013). Look at this guy's got Aqua String Band, 1981. I bet you my uncle marched in that. I wonder if that's the costume that was hanging in my grandma's house. I bet you that. 1981. Ideal for the global pandemic. They have these costumes you can try on. I just walked around the entire museum. Got a little hand sanitizer right here. You get a little dippity bit. I've gone to this museum probably 10 times. I have been the only person in the museum every single time I've gone in here. So, if you're worried about being in crowds, this is an indoor museum. It's probably the safest indoor museum in America, where you get to learn the sounds, how to make the sounds of a mummer. They have all the instruments that string bands play. And the song Golden Slippers was written by this guy, James Bland. James Bland. He wrote Old Golden Slippers in 1879. Set. 1, 2, 3, go. The parade route's going up the street. So from the 1940s 1800s to the late 1920s, the parade went... Oh, it went down Oregon Ave. Wow, all the way down to Girard Ave. Good Lord. So it went from Oregon all the way to Broad and Columbia? Jesus God, 1920s. This is the Route 1920. They didn't have a route. Okay, well, I guess it... Uh-oh, did I just break something? Okay, this is the route in 1959. Here we go. Okay, so what it did is went down Broad Street and then it goes down 2 Street. It's kind of what it does today. And this is what it is today, which I think it's wrong. Well, it doesn't light up. About the weather. Don't rain on the parade. The Mummers Day parade gets rained out. Nowadays, if it's too cold or too windy, they cancel it. 1918, it was 5 degrees. They wouldn't do that. I don't think they would do that today. 1973, it was 62 degrees. Learn how to do the Mummer strut. Step-by-step lessons. First, you do that. Boy, this is... This is everything. This is definitely worth the price of admission. Now, if you're impatient and you don't want to wait for each one of these to light up, you can actually watch the guy just do the video. That's it. That's my day here at the Mummers Museum. If you like this video, do me a favor. Hit the thumbs up. And while you're at it, hit subscribe. Don't forget to check out my merch. My merch is fire. And if you want to help me out, there's a link below in every video to my Patreon. Well, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And I'll strut with you later. Toodles!